I should tell you another shower story. I was invited to go to an opening of a hospital near where I live in Princeton. And after getting there, I rolled up to the front door, couldn't get in, there was no button for the handicapped, which is, of course, against the law, ADA. And I had to wait for somebody to come and open the door for me, which they did. And I rolled in and looked around and smiled big. And there was something they called a lobby, and I called it an atrium. It was a 4-story, glass-enclosed box that looked out to Route 1 with 4 chairs in it. 40 stories high, 40 feet high, and all glass. And I thought, do you suppose I'll convalesce in the atrium, learn to put on my clothes, do my bowel program, do all of that kind of stuff? Do you think this is the place to do that? Who's this space for? Oh, it's for the architect. He gets to take a picture of it, and then some sort of hospital news will publish it. The first picture they'll publish is the great atrium in this godforsaken hospital. So I went on to see the rest of the hospital, and the OR was pretty good. They'd gotten the experts had gotten that right. And the maternity was good, and everything was pretty good. And I thought, why did they get the atrium wrong? And then I went into the patient room, and there I saw the inverted equation. The patient room was the smallest room in Christendom. You couldn't move in it, it was so cramped. So the money had been taken out of the patient room and put into the atrium. I looked everywhere in the patient room, and I could go on with story after story after story about what was wrong with it. But I wanted to tell you what was right with it. As I poked my head into the bathroom, the same experts had done everything the same. They'd gotten the mirror right, but all the other faucets and outlets are all out of reach, but they'd used a horizontal drain. I was so pleased with myself for some reason. I didn't know. Maybe they had heard it on YouTube. Now, here we're talking about this old lady here in bed. You've had time to look at her. You're probably related somewhere. But she needs to watch television, she said to me when I took her picture. And I said, well, I'll go get it for you. She said, I usually have the nursey do that for me, because with this railing up, I can't reach it. I said, don't tell me about reaching. And so we got the television around for her. She said, I can't reach my tissues either. But if I could, I don't know where the wastebasket is. Well, you do. You can see it over there in the corner. And if she were able to use the tissues, it was an NBA hook shot to get it into the wastebasket. And she's simply not up to it. Range of motion kind of thing. By now you've seen that the female urinal is on the radiator. Think about it. Don't think about it. On the end of her bed is a male urinal. I didn't circle it, and I didn't ask what's it doing there. This is the state of affairs in a pretty good hospital. In her over-the-bed table, I took a picture of that. And it once had a drawer. You can see the glides for the drawer. And you can see a lot of oily handprints, which is what they are. In the glides, there's some chewing gum growing, green fur. But once you know that 99,000 people lose their lives in hospitals every year because of diseases they catch in the hospital, C. diff for one. We ask ourselves at this point, and I ask myself, can I design furniture, because that's what I do, along with architecture. Can I design furniture that will lessen the chance for infection? That's an oxymoron. Furniture, infection. I said, yes, we'll try. Can I design furniture that will lessen falls and lessen the chance for clinicians to hurt their backs, bending over, putting on brakes on wheelchairs and so on? I said, I think so. So when you see the bottom of this over bed table, and we had just gotten a commission from Stryker, a wonderful company in Michigan, to design some furniture for the hospital room. This was the first one out of the box. So here's the state of affairs in over the bed tables. This is one with lots of bells and whistles. It's like a Lexus. It's got two cup holders, which you can't reach once you're in bed. And it's got a place to hang stuff, more male urinals and so on. And then the top's got a drawer or two. I took it home one night. I got this one. I took it home one night, and I couldn't open the drawers because they hit right here. And so that was a wash. And the thing was so heavy that my 110-pound nurse couldn't move it on the floor. And I have hardwood floors, not carpeted floors. So that wasn't going to work. So I said to myself, this thing has to go on a diet. Maybe we'll do the opposite of what they expect us to do. They expected us to add more bells and whistles, and we didn't. What we did was made a kind of slim version of it that works. We made a huge handle at one end so that when your cell phone and your toiletries or whatever, your tissues won't fall off. But the cleaning crew will see that and clean the handle. Now, these guys are not the swiftest in the world, and they're only looking forward to their break time. So they're very fast when they clean a chair. It's like this. I'm done. They make Usain Bolt look like a slow person. That's an inside joke. This over-the-bed table has also another handle at the other end. You can see it in the lower left of the slide. So that the cleaning crew will clean that as well as the top. We only want them to clean the top because this thing moves so effortlessly across the floor. It weighs almost nothing. That anybody can move it. Even that elderly lady could move it across her room if she could stand. On the end of it, you see this little paddle affair. The one that I took home had a raising and lowering mechanism that you had to stick your hand in a hole and lift up to go down, push down to go up. Not intuitive. So we asked Stryker if we could change that, and they said we could if we didn't change the mechanism. So we turned it upside down. And it works effortlessly. This paddle takes it up with one finger. So we're really pleased with that, and it's now on the market and selling everywhere. People are very pleased to have it, I'm told. Here's we next thought we ought to do someplace to take care of this problem. Well, I can't straighten this person's table every night, but I'm sure I was married to this person once. Not anymore. It's a serious problem. But here they've got their candy, the gold box, and they've got today's paper, I guess, and they've got the junk food, and they've got a spit cup with their toothpaste in it, not too inviting, and the tissue where they couldn't find the wastebasket, so it's just hiding under the phone there, and the phone itself. Now, about all we could do is organize this, because everybody's going to have all of these things. So what do? Here we made a kind of R2-D2 character. where this top flips up, the gray part of the top actually goes down as well. So it becomes more like a chest of drawers. And this drawer that's open goes both ways because we found that the nurses were pushing this furniture up against the bed because they needed the horizontal surface to write their notes on. And once they put it up against the bed, the drawers wouldn't open. So we made a drawer that would open both ways. So this has no front or back. The back side, the drawer opens the other way and catches in the middle. So that's pretty neat. And the nurses like this because of all things, the wastebasket is handy on the end of the piece of furniture. Whoever thought of putting a piece of furniture, putting a wastebasket on a piece of furniture. That blue box actually goes in that slot above it, and it's got Stryker's name on it and the hospital's name on it. And you put your valuables in that. We're going to make one that has a lock on it. And you can take it home instead of a brown paper bag. You can take this home and the hospital puts a new one in the next time because of infection and because they think it's good marketing, I suppose. Off the record, I suppose, the thing that causes most infection in the room is not any of this stuff. It's the TV remote control. So there are people that are now putting a sleeve over the whole thing and making it like your iPhone. So there's just a button that's on the surface that the cleaning crew could clean. I would say, given that they're only $10, put a new one each time. Throw the old ones away. Build the compost heap. I don't care. So here's our 2D2. And here's somebody in my office who's sitting on a Stryker bed with both the overbed table and the bedside table connected so you can have your lunch and your tissues and your cell phone and your computer all at once. Where his left hand is on the overbed table is where we expect you to put it there to put your lunch or your breakfast, your dinner. Because if catering comes in and sees you've got something on that, they walk back out of the room, they don't say anything to you, and they put your dinner at the side of your door and go on to the next room. They're not allowed to touch anything in the room except put the tray down. So these people have to be told that they keep this section clear for their food if they want their food.